We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shake Up Guys, live and in living color, at least for now. Had a little issue earlier where the power just shut off on me, but I promise I paid my bill. You know, you are rocking with the usual suspects. We got my man Rock in the building. Got my man JL, the Rated R Superstar, in the house tonight. Same old folks. And what?
The world's greatest misogynist.
Check out the world's greatest misogynist on YouTube as well. When he can't say this shit on Twitter, he says it on there.
Yeah, stay getting kicked off Twitter again.
Yeah, so
I think I'm back though.
It's all good. We have fun. Right now, as you can see from the title of today, we're going to talk about police brutality, right? Go figure. Because, goddamn. What the fuck?
Man, what else you going to talk about?
I mean,
Speaking of, real quick, I don't know if y'all can see these Black Lives Matter cup right here. If you're interested in purchasing one of these things, go to Hippie Unicorn and message Crystal, and she'll be able to hook you up with one of these beautiful Black Lives Matter water bottles.
Awesome.
There it is. That's what's up. I support that.
I also want to remind everybody it's the quest for 10,000. At the end of 10,000 subscriptions, we are going to give away a PlayStation 5. And I know what you're thinking. PlayStation 5 is not even out yet. You're just going to have to wait till it comes out. And then we're going to give you a PlayStation 5. One person's getting a PlayStation 5. One person.
By the time we hit 10,000.
By the time we hit 10,000, it should be out. But we'll have some other giveaways for different stuff as we approach that number, I should say. Until then, well, tell your friends. Tell your mama. Tell your daddy. Tell your cuck-ass friend who, just believes that everything his girl's telling him is the truth. About how much she loves him, about how he's the best she ever had, and we all know that's a damn lie. So, do that. Do the damn thing.
The best she ever had was the guy she fucked behind the dumpster during spring break. But if you want to believe you are the best, go ahead.
The best she ever had is the dude whose mama she still talks to.
True. True.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Just saying.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just saying. Just so you know, those phone calls aren't for nothing.
I'm just trying
to keep it close to the family.
Now, whore, you want to keep in touch with that wood, bitch.
Trying to see if that relationship fell apart yet.
Right. Waiting on that hey big head text. We all wait on them texts.
Hey you.
I ain't heard from you in a while. Hey big head. Oh yeah, come on, bitch.
just know when she gets that text, it says, "Hey, can you get away for a little while? Your relationship is over,
done, son. Son. Done.
Your relationship is over.
Dunzo.
Which will lead us to, well, we can't go into that right now because we haven't ironed out the details, but we got a new sponsor coming our way. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Hopefully coming soon.
We don't advertise for free, and the check ain't cleared yet. So
big facts. But if you are a listening sponsor, thank you in advance.
Right on.
Thank you in advance.
So before we jump into the topic, which is obviously the topic going around the world, anything else going on out there in this?
Nah, not really. I mean, we're seeing a spike. We're seeing a spike in COVID.
Well, I mean, we expected that. I mean, you opened stuff back up.
Pandora's box and all hell broke loose. I guess Florida's really bad.
All that close proximity.
Really South Carolina is really bad, and Texas is really bad.
Yeah,
so as soon as you reopen the world, people start dropping like flies again. But
it's like most of those states that was bitching and complaining about getting back out into the world. I mean, everybody was ready to get back to regular life, but regular life is not going to be regular life anymore.
I don't think it's ever going to be the same.
Because on top of, and this is like, I don't know, it's like almost biblical. It's like you got COVID.
Yeah.
You got, right behind COVID came the murder hornets.
Yeah. Motherfuckers was like, fuck this.
You know what I'm saying? And then now I was reading this thing, and I don't know if it's gonna be a thing or not, dude. But now they got like killer mosquitoes.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's like there's some species of mosquitoes that carry some type of disease that has a 50% kill rate.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, huh?
Industrial.
Like that, yeah.
That
But
shit's crazy.
who knows, man? That might just be speculation. But be ready, man. Get you some DEET and that shit. I think that shit's illegal. But
Some off.
shit, you need something stronger than off.
Right.
You need fire.
Napalm.
Yeah, napalm is
Okay.
good.
That shit's crazy.
Start napalming lakes and shit,
Basically.
and
It
still
should-
bodies
I mean,
of water.
It should just makes you not want to fucking leave the house, bro.
And then
It's like,
in the middle of all
quarantine.
that,
That's
in the
why
middle
we're
of
in
all
quarantine.
that shit, you got police still beating up Negroes like hotcakes.
Yeah.
In
Teeing
some
off,
cases,
nigga.
murder.
Somebody just got murdered in Atlanta, wasn't it?
Somebody. Okay, I don't have all the details yet, but out in California, they found some guy hanging in front of the courthouse.
what?
I think it was in Palmdale.
Nice.
I think.
Well, hold on there before we go into today's topic.
The people are ruling it. You know, the investigators are saying it was a suicide. So, jury's still out on that one.
I don't know, man.
People who are close to this kid, because he's only like 20 years old.
Wow.
People who are close to this kid are saying there's no way he would have done that, but we don't know. We don't know what goes on with a person. Now, it looks like a modern day lynching.
Yeah.
What's really an old school lynching, but
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
old school because, yeah,
I can't. I didn't want to say old school because it's not like this shit ever stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like when did lynching stop? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It just became illegal. People don't care about what's legal or not. They're gonna exact their vengeance however they.
Well, hold on, man.
It's fucked up.
Before we get too down that rabbit hole and we get a little too serious, I had to tell this story. I got to tell this story.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I get into my Twitter battles every now and then. We discuss social commentary here.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that tends to carry over to social media. So I like to take my topics or my discussions, or I just like to jump into other people's topics or discussions. And I engage. Well, this last one, and I have a tendency to go a little too far, and sometimes I get kicked off, sometimes I don't. That's why I stopped messing with Facebook. But this one, the girl was just saying something utterly ridiculous about light-skinned women and dark-skinned women and all that good stuff. And she was primarily talking about interracial relationships. And she was saying if you date outside your race, you don't really love your culture or something like that. And I thought it was ridiculous. So, of course, it sparked my interest. I interjected. The whole conversation went left. The girl said, like I said, it went left. So she suggested that I perform oral sex on her.
Like in like a derogatory sense.
She basically was being rude and told me to eat her pussy.
Well, I get that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
so,
in a
yeah.
derogatory sense, or
Yeah.
in like, hey, why don't you?
No. She was being rude and said that.
Right.
So I said politely, and all I said was, eating your pussy is like drinking Flint, Michigan water. That's all I said.
Awesome.
The whole thing went left from there.
That's a nice comment. I mean,
That's all I said. That's all I said.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That's a good comeback.
That's all I said. And it just went left from there. So, the moral of the story is, once again, I don't think I got kicked off Twitter this time. I think I just got in trouble this one. So,
I would tell mine, but I don't want to get kicked off here.
why not?
Well, I got kicked off Twitter the other day because I did not agree with Miss Candace. What's her name? I can't
Owens. Candace Owens.
Yeah, that bitch. And I called her, Queen Coon.
Called her Queen Coon.
She's full of that coonery shit. You know what I'm saying? And Twitter did not like me calling her that, and so I was.
It is derogatory and it's racist.
Is it really racist when we're calling out our own people? It's really coonery. We believe in coonerisms, and
It's borderline.
So.
But I got called a coon, so I'm a little
How
taken
did
back.
you get called?
I got called a coon because I said, okay, if we're doing all, and this is where I might get in trouble because all I said was, finish. All I said was, if we're doing all this when police kill one of us, shouldn't we be doing all of this when we kill one of us also?
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
I don't think that's coonery at all.
And then that delved into a topic of, if that's the case, because in 2017 in Chicago alone there was over 800 murders.
Right.
Or 2016, I'm sorry. In 2017 there was over 600 murders.
Yeah, there's been
so in 2 years, you're talking about damn near what is that? Almost 1,500 murders in 2 years. So I'm like, shouldn't Black Lives Matter be out there like every damn weekend in Chicago? And I got told I was a coon for that. I got told that was coon thinking, and I'm like, are you serious?
Well, they try to label it as coon thinking because if a white person would have said it, then they would have fucking torched their ass on social media.
That's
maybe that's okay, maybe not. I don't know why, but the thing is whenever someone talks about our topic for today, they always try to come back with, well, what about black on black crime? We're not talking about black on black crime.
Right.
We're talking about people who our tax dollars are paid to protect
and
us.
That's exactly
my tax dollars don't go to Pookie and Ray Ray to protect me.
That's my whole argument.
You know what I mean? They're like, that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? I pay them to do a job.
Right.
If they're not going to do that job, then I feel like I should be exempt from paying them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like when I go to work, if I don't do my job, then they fire me.
Yeah.
Just like any other job.
Right.
But to label somebody a coon or whatever, I would like to challenge people to do this. Everybody. Not black, not white, everybody. I would challenge people to see something that they do not like, okay? And just turn it the fuck off.
Thank you.
That's what I want to challenge people to do. Because that, someone says something you don't like or does something you don't like, and then you jump in their feed or in their face or whatever, and then you start telling them about how big of pieces of shit they are and blah blah blah. All you're doing is feeding their narcissism. That's it. Right. You're just feeding the narcissistic monster that exists inside of them.
Right. You're still here watching, so
that's what I'm saying.
You're still reading my posts.
You know what I mean? Like if there are certain shows on television I don't care for. I'm not going to sit here on this show and blast them, or on my Twitter or on my Facebook. I'm not going to sit on those platforms blasting those shows. I'm just going to do the best thing I can do and not give it any energy at all. I challenge people to do that, because going on there and talking this and talking that, you're not really helping getting rid of that person. No. I mean, if people just said, you know what, I don't agree with Candace Owen, so I'm just not going to watch her shit.
There you go.
That says more than you yelling at her, calling her names and shit. You think she's never been called a coon before?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And I hear you.
I say just leave them alone. That's the worst thing you could do to a narcissist. Leave them alone.
He's saying that. Go ahead, go. Because he's like, yeah, I hear you, but fuck that bitch. This is what he still want to say.
Cool.
Pretty much.
That's cool.
There's a lot of people on there saying fuck that bitch.
Right. I'm just one of those. I gotta.
She's still gonna do her show next week.
If I feel fuck this bitch, I'm gonna let them know fuck this bitch.
She's still gonna do her show next week. She's still gonna collect a check. If people really want to affect change, leave it the fuck alone.
If you want to affect change, if you want,
I didn't know she had.
If you really want to hit her where it hurts, don't watch.
Exactly.
You take money out of a person's pocket, and I've said that from the beginning. Rioting, destroying shit. You can take this all the way back to the civil rights movement. Rioting, destroying shit, none of that works. They didn't listen to nobody. They didn't even meet with Dr. Martin Luther King until they started the bus boycott. Mm-hmm. When they did that, it was like, whoa. Okay, what do you want? When you hit people in the pocket, whether it be these higher ups, these supremacists, whatever you want to call it, they're not going to pay attention to you until you hurt their bottom line.
And that's true. But here's the sad fact about that is that her show will never go away, because especially the racist white folk, when they see a black person talking like that, that gives them even more. They love to see that because now it's another, and that's the first thing they'll post to their Facebook is a black person saying, "Oh, this person isn't a martyr," or this person, because then it's like, well, they're saying it. You know what I'm saying? So their show will always be watched by them. It's always going to keep going.
Right.
All right. So we can never hurt their pockets. It's just won't happen.
You can, because I think you're assuming there are that many people who relate to what she has to say.
There is.
I mean,
there's a lot.
I mean, well, I'm sure there are. There are groups, there are people, but I mean, that doesn't mean you have to subject yourself to her shit because you don't like her.
Oh no, I don't. The only reason I heard this is because it went viral.
I don't like Fox News.
I hate Fox News.
I don't watch it.
I don't either.
I couldn't tell you what they say on there now.
The only time I see something like that is like Twitter or Instagram where the shit goes viral. And you're like, oh shit, that motherfucker said that shit? Well, that's fucked up.
You think Tucker Carlson gives a shit if I watch his show or not?
Probably not.
You got a legion of motherfuckers that watch that shit.
Now, we did talk, about a week or two ago, we did talk about the George Floyd situation. I did bring up, there was one YouTuber who did, and I'll never mention her name, I hate that bitch. She did say, she was like, we shouldn't support him. This was after the fact. She said we shouldn't march or protest because he was engaged to a non-black woman. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Again, that's another person.
This is stupid shit that just has been coming out and coming out and coming out. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, he did porn. And I'm like, so the fuck what?
That's what all this shit is really doing, is really exposing the stupidity of the individual. Mm-hmm. Of the individual people. I mean, so many people speak off of emotions opposed to what is actually happening in logic. Right. What difference does it make who he was married to or who he was dating? Black man got killed in the street by the cops again, while people stood there, watched, and videotaped it. And even though there was people there saying, hey man, you're killing him, the guy showed no remorse whatsoever. None.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that play into who he's dating?
It does.
Who gives a shit?
Right.
And that's another, like, I know who you're talking about. That's another person I'm just like, I'm not gonna give her any energy.
I will never give her any time
because you're speaking from a place of hurt. You're speaking from a place where you don't. I don't think you really care about changing shit. Right. I think you just care about people looking at you because life didn't deal you the hand that you wanted.
That's a good point. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Are you doing this for attention, or is this actually a legitimate cause that you believe in?
Right.
I agree with that.
Well, and this on a note, I get what you're saying, because so I'm a part of this group now on Facebook called Exposure Local Racists or whatever, and people take some of that shit seriously. Like, people have been fired over this shit. So this one dude posted earlier, like, this guy is talking about Blue Lives Matter and he's supporting the police, and he put him on this exposed racist. I'm like,
not everything is racist.
Racism?
Not everything is racist.
Right. I'm like, where's racism? To me, it sounds like he is just supporting the police. He's not saying fuck Black Lives Matter. He's not saying, the dude was in the right. He's just, I'm like, you got to be careful on who you're calling racist now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What I'm saying? Because people are getting their lives destroyed.
Right, and that's not okay.
People in Fort Wayne, a few nurses that I seen,
because they disagreed.
They was talking about nigga this and nigga that.
Oh well, yeah, that's different.
And so and so they got fired, but people be calling these folks work. So I'm like, bro, you just need to be careful what you're posting on this site, because people take shit very seriously.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's not fucking racist, bro.
Not everything is racist, too.
And don't give it the energy.
You just don't give it the energy. Not everything. Not every cop is bad. Not everybody who disagrees with you is a racist. When you scream racism every time somebody disagrees or doesn't have a difference of opinion with you, you take the sting out of that word a little bit. So when shit really is racist, you they be like, is it really racist, or are you just being a sensitive little bitch? Right now. That's so you gotta do a little bit of discernment between the two. Let's have some fucking discretion here before we just label every fucking thing as racist.
And now I'm just gonna keep it, because as you see, I'm all about Black Lives Matter. I went down protests. I'm all about that shit. 100%. I'm all about change. But we also have to remember, be careful what is police brutality. Now, if somebody runs up, hits my grandma, robs her, and then, you know, tries to fight the police, and they got to use some excessive force. I'm not crying over that motherfucker. I'm not saying kill him. You know what I'm saying? Let him get his day in court.
Right.
But now people are like, oh, they were so rough on him and this and that.
That nigga tried to fight the police. Fuck him.
And just hit my grandma.
And hit grandma.
You know fuck about grandma. You know what I'm saying? So we have to hear all details. This one was clear and blatant police brutality. And here's the thing about Minnesota is that this ain't the first time this shit's happened.
No.
There's been multiple situations where police have killed unarmed people in Minnesota.
Where was Philando? When was Philando Castillo?
Philando Castillo.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
You know, they killed that white yoga lady.
Mm-hmm.
Unarmed. She's the one that called the police.
And that was a black cop.
And it was a black cop.
That's why I keep trying to tell people also.
It's about power,
this shit
man.
ain't racist. Well, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Not all of this shit is racism.
Power.
Some of this shit is piss poor police training.
That and power.
Execution of control.
Yeah.
And over aggressive, power hungry police force.
Right.
Some of this shit is you just got shitty cops.
Yeah.
Not all of this shit is racism. I'm not saying none of it.
Right.
I'm saying, but
right.
not all of
racist
it.
Shit.
Yeah, when I saw a white cop beat the shit out of a white woman at a gay pride parade, and she was clearly a woman.
Right.
He literally he dog walked this bitch, and I was like, wow.
I sent y'all some videos.
It's about power, man. I've been saying that shit.
I sent y'all some videos where we seen the one cop beating. I'm talking about bink, 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 bink on the white lady,
just
bro.
Binging her.
You know what I'm saying?
It was too many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was too many.
Yeah, I sent y'all a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, what the hell am I going to do with all this?
Right.
The sad
I need
part
to make
was,
a collage or something.
The sad part was how quickly you were able to pull that up.
Quick.
That's what the sad part is that this shit is so rampant and so fucking just conventional that it happens. I mean, you were able to find clips 30 clips in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. Like, you was like, yo, Jay, for the show, find some clips. I'm like, boom, 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 bink, boom, boom, boom,
like,
bink,
man,
boom, boom,
what's this
bink.
dude doing?
I'm like, y'all asked for it.
I'm just like, I don't want to keep seeing this, man. That one where it was that one cop where
nigga depressing me.
He would like 2 different times they got him. 2 different times they got this cop on tape kicking somebody defenseless.
Yeah.
2 different times. Same cop just runs over, pow, like he's Ken from Street Fighter.
That's his go-to move.
It is about power. There is a lot of
his
racist.
Finisher.
There is a lot of racist cops. There's a lot of racist situations, but there's also a lot of power hungry. They hate gays and lesbians. Police hate gays. They hate anybody that's not them.
I think they hate the world. Period.
I think they do, and there's some, not all of them, but in the same breath though. Until these good cops, because there are good cops, until these good cops start exposing these bad cops, because they know who the fuck they are. If you got 3 or 4 bad cops in your precinct,
you need to stand up.
Everybody fucking knows which ones they are.
But you know
and they need to stand the fuck up and be like, look,
you're just as guilty.
Exactly.
They say the reason why they don't is because they're afraid of repercussions from other cops, and that's just the thing that still makes you a bad cop.
No, wait. Let me explain. I know you do, but
I think that still makes you bad.
Go ahead, and then I'll tell you. Go ahead.
They are scared. They're scared, and it does make you a bad cop. But see, everybody talked about the looting and the burning down of shit. Bro, there's been so many police exposed right now since that shit has happened. That it is not. They're now starting to speak up. They're now starting.
They're gonna burn down America if people don't. If we don't put the brakes on this shit.
Right.
They're gonna burn this bitch down.
And I think even the cops are. Some of the good cops are now.
But now it's because they don't have any choice.
You don't. Right. Yeah, you have to.
But that's why when people are like, "Well, why are they?"
Because
looting?
they're getting lumped together.
Because
they're lumping them. They're gonna lump them together, just like the cops want to lump together people,
black folks,
just people who don't have any power
in general.
You know what I mean? How many issues have you heard of police brutality enacted on someone who has some money?
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
3. I've heard of 3. I heard of a white. He was an attorney, another one who was a judge, and then one who was just a really successful businessman.
Okay, were they all black?
No, one was white.
One was white.
One would look like he could have been Hispanic, and then one was black. But the point is that going back to what you said earlier, there are serious repercussions with that shit. One, to be ostracized. Imagine going to work and the people at your job who were cool with you, who were just fine with you, no longer fuck with you. Not only not fuck with you, I mean, don't talk to you, but they do things to make your job more difficult. And it's not just a job like, okay, I run a machine at work where it's stressful. You talk about a job that's already, my life is on the line already. Hold on.
No, yeah.
And then now I got these motherfuckers on top of on my back as well.
Right.
It's difficult. And
Yeah,
it can take a toll on. Hold on.
I get that.
And then you talk about, I have to depend on you to have my back to make sure I go home at the end of the day alive and healthy. And if I can't count on you, that's a whole different dynamic. So when they say that, there is that veil that they pull back occasionally and say, look, we got some bad apples here. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I have to be able to depend on you to make sure, because I want to go home.
If that's the case, don't be a cop.
So, well, that's
right.
Shit.
And I think they need the good ones need to start coming together, and
they need to.
They show
they're gonna have to.
They
now.
show on the movies, and
no
I believe this happens. You've seen it on the movies and TV shows where a cop goes into a crazy building and there's a shootout, and they're calling out for help, but they've been ostracized. So other cops are like, "Yeah, we're on our way," eating donuts and shit, you know. And don't go and help, and then that person end up getting killed or some shit.
Well, you understand. It's not like the movie, because in the movies, them shootouts last for 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
In real life, you've got a finite amount of bullets.
Yeah.
I've got one magazine, 2 more on my hip. When them gone, game over, nigga. This ain't no video game where I can run around and grab loose ammo. No,
but what I'm saying is that, you know, that's why I say it's so important for them to have that backup.
Absolutely.
You know, but
so like I said, when your life is on the line, it's a different scenario.
But I mean, the problem is there is proof brutality, whether it be racist.
No, it's not
be,
right.
You know, power hungry, and we have to figure out how to do it. And like I said, with the burning down, especially the police stations and all this, now these motherfuckers is recanting fucking Goodell's bitch asses. Oh no,
Colin Kaepernick was right.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, bitch.
We've been understood what the fuck he was kneeling for.
Stop.
Why the fuck did you? Fuck you.
When these cocksuckers and fuck Drew Brees too, because he's like, oh, I don't approve of anybody. Stop it, dude.
I'll go out and I'll say this much. I'll say this much. Fuck everybody who tried to twist that shit into disrespecting the flag and the troops. Fuck y'all. Because y'all knew what it was. Y'all just wanted to spin it, man. Y'all wanted to spin it so for whatever reason. Dude, my Facebook, it's not a lot of people. Okay, it's just a few people that I keep on Facebook that always got something to say along those lines. And it's so weird because if you look into their genealogy is that of minorities.
Right.
Like like somebody who was distant relatives was Native American.
Right.
Or someone whose distant relative is, you know, not even distant, like if you knew their first name, you would obviously they changed their first name so you don't know that their name is ethnic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still on here talking about, oh well, if you didn't do crime, the police wouldn't beat your ass. Okay, man.
Whatever. Man.
All right, but you know, people knew your real name, they would ostracize you out of this fucking country because your name is derived from the Middle East. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like that's just how people because and here's the thing: these people pass for white. See, if you looked at him, you wouldn't know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
His comment is stupid. If you didn't do crime, because it's called profiling. That's a dumbass comment.
I know it's stupid.
It's a
That's
dumbass
my
comment.
point. Right. Is they're like I let them waddle in their ignorance. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give them any energy.
Man, right. This dude, me and him was super cool, bro. Like super cool. The Kaepernick shit came up, and I didn't even really I knew his first name, but I didn't know his last name because he always put his first name only on his Facebook. So come to find out, this motherfucker's Cuban. Looks white as a motherfucker though, right? And he's talking about fuck happening this. I'm like, bro, you are Cuban.
Yeah.
Like, do you know where you come from? Like the type of shit.
Like sidebar on that. I didn't know this for sure, but I was talking to a friend of mine not too long ago, and they're Hispanic. Even within the Hispanic community, from one country to the next, dude, they profile each other.
Oh, they hate each other.
Depending on how dark they are.
Yeah. They hate. You know, the darker complected Hispanics get treated like shit.
Yeah, the darker ones. Yeah.
Dominicans get treated.
I'm talking
like
about
shit.
amongst Dominicans, like a dark skinned Dominican will
Brooklyn.
be discriminated against from a lighter shade Dominican.
Black
just like
I was like, wow, that even goes into the Hispanic community.
Yes,
that shows you just how brainwashed people really are.
Yeah.
Like real shit. And I was like, wow, for real?
Yeah.
And I thought it was just us.
And no. That's known. You go to Dominican Republic, man, they treat them like shit.
Right.
They treat the Dominicans who are darker, they treat them like Haitians.
Yeah, but that's just a sidebar.
Puerto Ricans treat them like they think they're better than everybody because they're actually U.S. citizens. It's funny as shit, man, but it's like, it's fucked up all over. It's fucked up everywhere, and shit's not gonna get any better until people unify. And
it's happening.
I digress from the point.
Until we have communication, man.
The point is police brutality.
It is,
and it spills off into like racism, like the racial component of police brutality. There is one because they feel like they can enact their power over black people because they don't have a lot of power.
Right.
So there is a racial component there. Not saying that there isn't, but at the base of it all, it's about power, because you can't justify the shit they do if they didn't feel empowered. The man literally stared into a camera
and said, "Yeah, I'm doing it."
What you gonna do about it?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
What are you, Thanos? Like, what are you like? What the fuck, dude?
Right.
Like, you just like complete nihilism, dude. Like,
and I'm gonna take it to it's almost like master thinking.
It wasn't master.
I think
in a sense, I get what you.
Like
in a sense, yeah. He's like, I got the control. I'm in control.
I'm in control.
I got this.
I can take your wife or whatever.
Okay, in that sense, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. You ain't even in change. You just standing there and you can't do shit about it, boy.
Yeah.
And
it's about power, man.
And that's what it is. And they still have that same master mentality that they can do that to the black community, Latino community, you know, because they look at us as they're still in charge.
Let's keep it real, though. They do that to fucking poor white people, too.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
that's all I was just going to go. You see it as master mentality. I see it more as a power struggle.
They're just power,
to
man.
me, it's just more so... I can do this because I have a badge, gun, and authority. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
And 7 times out of 10, I'll probably get away with it. I like my odds. I've got a 71% chance of getting away with this. I'm a numbers person. I got a 71% chance of getting away with it. So I'll take my shot. I'll take my chance. I will kill you in the streets and shoot my shot and hope it works out. On the flip side, though, I do have to talk about this because this one kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Not police brutality, but slightly related. Well, not a little more. When the George Floyd murder kicked off and it led to protests and riots, in St. Louis, Missouri, there was a man. He was a retired police captain.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, he was protecting the pawn shop he owned. Yeah. Or he worked there, he owned it. I can't remember. I thought he owned it.
He did not own it.
His friend owned it. And he was a retired police captain.
Yeah.
These asshats shot and killed this man. He's a black man. And you fucking mutts. I'm speaking directly to St. Louis. You fucking mutts killed this man to steal shit.
Yeah.
From a pawn shop that you could have bought. It was cheap shit from a pawn shop.
Power
you killed
corrupts,
this man. The fact that you took an opportunity for a demonstration to steal and kill.
But that's gonna be that's gonna happen in all that. Every time that happens, it's gonna happen because you're gonna have opportunists. One, just like the ones that we had here, right? When I went to the march here, it was these young white kids that were dressed a certain way, and I looked and I seen them. I said, "You motherfuckers here to start some shit." And they're using this opportunity to do it. And they're exactly right. It was the ones breaking the windows downtown. It was them motherfuckers that was doing it. So you're always going to have them opportunists.
Could you identify them? Were they wearing masks?
Oh, no. I'm talking
Masked
about,
up?
bro,
Masked up.
they had the camouflage, and then they had the wraps. Like, in only their eyes, like ninjas. Like, this was only showing. I knew it right then and there. I'm like, you motherfuckers is...
And maybe that's the real issue that needs to be tackled, because like what he was saying about what happened in St. Louis, and we're talking about the cops. Okay, this is about power. See, they felt they had the power to do that to that man.
Right.
Power corrupts, dude. And it's the same for the police. Power corrupts. They felt like they had the power, so they didn't care. Just like those people, they felt like they had the power. That man wasn't doing nothing to nobody, you know. And it corrupts, man.
Here's the problem with it, though, and this is where it goes back, and it kind of it destroys your movement it destroys everything you're trying to do when you do fuck shit like that. You had a young guy and there was a video that went viral. I even shared it. It was a guy who was going around showing all the Jordans he had stole. And he was saying, yeah, y'all see, I'm doing this for my man. Rest in peace, George Foreman. Rest in peace, George Foreman.
Floyd.
No, he was saying, rest in peace, George Foreman. Dipshit. Right. Are you serious? You're saying, you don't even know who fucking died.
Just so you know, he doesn't represent the best of us.
You don't even know who fucking died. And you're sitting up here talking about rest in peace, George Foreman. Wow. Then here's the other kicker. When going back to St. Louis again, when that man, the retired cop who was killed in front of the pawn shop. This is an anti-police rally. And as soon as this man was shot, the first thing they said was call the cops. Wait a fucking minute.
They ain't coming
Wait a
here.
minute. Like you said, we fuck the cops, fuck the cops, fuck the cops. This man who was just trying to protect something that was important to him. Yeah. And then the first thing y'all say is call the cops.
You know,
y'all are assholes.
There's both sides, you know, and it's not both sides.
Right, we're arguing both sides, but
and here's the thing is, I don't look at it as both sides, because when it comes to the Black Lives Movement, there's Black Lives Movement and then the other motherfuckers. So there's really three sides. There's the police brutality, the real motherfuckers that's truly supporting Black Lives Matter, and that's black, white, all the races. And then the motherfuckers that like to start shit.
The peaceful protesters versus the looters and rioters.
Exactly.
They are not the same people.
Here's the thing. You can burn shit down in protest and not be a looter or rioter. You know what I'm saying? Burning down a police station, beautiful.
Right. No,
burning down
if you burn shit down, I
Kmart,
think that does make you a rioter.
Yeah,
that makes you a rioter.
I mean, that's a protest movement.
No. Burn, like starting a fire in a barrel so people can stay warm around it. That's a protest. Marching,
destruction. Once you start destroying property,
when you destroy anything, it's a riot now.
But there's proper rioting then.
No, that defeats the purpose, nigga.
That's an oxymoron.
That's an oxymoron.
No, it's not.
Proper rioting?
Exactly.
A protest is a protest. A riot is something
it's like
totally different.
Or slim thick, or
actually
skinny fat,
burning
motherfucker.
Those police stations down was an appropriate move.
No.
Yes.
I wasn't mad at it, but at the same time, I don't think it was appropriate, because now who's going to keep order in that area?
For the same people who are screaming, disband the police force, go ahead and try it. Try it for a week.
Good luck.
Try it for a week.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about burn down the police stations?
We're talking about getting rid of
the
bad
police.
cops.
Hold on one second. You talk about disband police force and burning down police stations. That's great. Try it for a week. I dare you. Try it for a week. Let's see what happens. Either you declare martial law, or you declare the purge for exactly 7 days.
For 7 days.
What you're going to happen is I'm going to commit every fucking crime on the planet.
If one thing we figured out,
some people, I'm going to steal some shit.
From one thing we figured out from watching all this shit go down is it only takes a few people to start some shit.
Spark a fucking
And
fire.
these motherfuckers will be wrong. You say there ain't no police for a week? Oh shit, I'm not leaving my house. And anybody that rolls up on that driveway is getting shot.
Facts.
Best believe.
24
like
hours.
I didn't say that.
And guess where guess where people start fucking shit up at? They start in their own neighborhood. They're gonna start right where you live at. Burning shit down.
Yeah, they
I'm
will.
just saying.
They
I
will
mean, the police are supposed to serve a certain function. And
That's
I'm
true.
all about bringing the ones to justice and not serving that function. And I'm also about holding the ones who claim that they're good accountable for not bringing them to justice. Because that's your job.
Right.
And if you don't want to do that job, then don't be a cop.
True.
Plain and simple.
That's true.
I mean, I don't feel like defunding them is going to help either. You're just going to have less people who ain't about shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who ain't going to, you know what I'm saying? And then it's really going to be nuts out here.
And then you have people screaming, well, fire all of them. That's great. Here's what happens.
That's just ridiculous.
You're going to take a bunch of established cops. You're going to fire them, replace them with untrained, untested motherfuckers and throw them to the wolves.
They're going to be scared and get
You're going to have
shot. Or it's gonna
100 times more murders.
Or it's going to be the military. And
Martial
you don't
law.
want that.
And then they talk about, well,
don't
state
want
troopers
that.
will take over. That's brilliant.
That's even worse.
That's way worse. Here's why. Because you've got an already stretched thin police force and stretch them thinner.
Shit, I'm not 4'5", dog. I ain't got no fucking bunker to go hide in while this shit blows over. Holding up books that I don't think that was even the Bible that idiot was holding up.
I don't even think it was.
But that's besides the point.
The point is that it's fucked. And right now I still stand on what I said. The protest I absolutely agree with. I was down there today. I got a chance to be a part of it, to hear the speakers. Cool. I enjoyed it. It was good to see the cornucopia of people,
the unity,
from every nationality, race, creed, and color, all in one place, working towards the same goal. That was great to see. To the motherfuckers rioting, breaking, destroying shit. To you goofballs who burned down a grocery store in Atlanta, and then 2 days later were bitching we ain't got no food, and got on the news and said we don't have any food. You burned your fucking grocery store down 2 days ago.
right?
No sympathy.
I like to issue another challenge. Focused outrage, dog. Focus your outrage where it belongs. That grocery store they burned down, what the fuck does that have to do with police
anything.
brutality, dog?
Facts.
Yeah.
What?
It doesn't.
You just inconvenienced yourself.
It doesn't.
You inconvenienced yourself because of emotion.
Basically, stop
Focus.
emotional thinking.
Damn
I feel
it.
you, and I agree.
But
Focus.
But I don't know. I have seen more. Like I said, it's like we said earlier. Now they have no choice. Now they see what will happen if they let these motherfuckers go. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's going to continue to happen. But I think that shit is like the Boston Tea Party. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had to look.
But in the case of the Boston Tea Party, they were throwing products into a river.
nobody got killed.
I mean,
I'm sure
somebody got killed.
Somebody
but
probably did.
I'm just
but
saying.
The point is that was focused. That was focused on the people who they felt were oppressing them.
Right.
From some stupid ass tea tax or whatever, and that's all it took. That was all it took for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna throw all this damn tea in the harbor, and you can go fuck yourself. If you want to bring more, you can. But the point is, that it was focused. They didn't run to George Washington's house and be like, burn it down. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't burn down, you know what I'm saying, John Quincy Adams' crib. You know what I mean? But because
there was fires.
There was fires, but it was focused.
Shit down.
I wasn't there, so I can't say for sure. But I know
remember
that
the history
destroying
books,
Jimmy
the shit
John's.
looked crazy.
I know that destroying Jimmy John's is not helping the cause.
No, and don't get it twisted. I don't agree with those type of things. I don't agree destroying your own shit. That's just dumb to me. I agree with that. But I also understand that sometimes you have to take drastic measures, and what those drastic measures are, what things to focus on burning down. I don't know.
You know what I would have liked to see, as far as focused outrage is concerned?
IRS.
The IRS.
Student loans.
Right.
Well, I mean, that would help. Nigga. That would mean, no, that's
me
not what I was talking
tremendously.
about. That is not what I was speaking about.
Please burn down student loans.
You know, all that shit with people running around, busting in stores and all that. What if all y'all just gathered together and focused y'all energy on getting that motherfucker who did this shit?
You've said that before, and
Yeah. And
Listen,
I agree.
here's what this is just from learning about history throughout my life. When you go to your oppressor and say, please, sir, could you stop oppressing me? Has
Right.
that ever worked?
No.
right.
It's never worked in the history of the world.
So you're saying he's right then?
No, I'm not saying he's necessarily
Because
right. I'm
technically-
saying focus. Okay?
You keep saying fuck, but what are we supposed to focus on though? But
I can't really say
right,
everything
that's
I
what-
want to say.
And that's why I was
Since
trying to
when?
sum it
But
up.
burning down a fucking business that has absolutely nothing
I
to do
agree,
with this
and I-
over
and I
here
agree with
doesn't
that.
help.
I can
What
agree with
would help
But-
is if you focus your outrage on where it belongs.
Well, true.
And if someone is oppressing you, walking up to them and asking them to stop oppressing you is not going to get them to stop
No, so
oppressing
sometimes
you.
you need to burn
No,
their house down.
you need to burn their house down.
Yeah, like
I.e. a
the
police station. So he's right.
No, not the police station.
That one police officer in particular,
Exactly.
but he's trying not to say it. You chicken shit. He's trying to say they should have gone to this man's house, dragged
they
him out of
did.
his house.
Exactly.
They
It
did.
made me mad.
They did.
Because, like you said, I agree with you 1,000%.
But what I was trying to tell you is not just in his case, but in
Yeah.
all cases
Right.
of oppression, is
Right.
if someone is oppressing you, asking them to stop is not going to do shit. You simply sneak up behind him and cut his fucking head off.
I mean, that sounds good, bro.
I get what both sides, and I get what you're saying. Now I'm going back to you for a second, just for a second.
And you have to
You
warn
saying-
everybody that this shit ain't going to
Right.
stand.
And you're saying, I understand what you're saying. You're saying this demonstration lets people know, look, we are not to be fucked with, and we're not taking this anymore. And if by some twist of fate you decide to let these motherfuckers off, you've got a lot more of this to come.
Yeah.
I understand the concept, but I also understand that I'm forward thinking, so I understand. I think about tomorrow, the next day, and the week after. I'm thinking about consequences.
Right.
What happens? Martial law. This shit gets worse. More people die. Also, I'm thinking about it I think about both sides. It's like playing chess. The way you win at chess is not by thinking about what move you're gonna make. It's about thinking what move your opponent is gonna make.
Right.
So I'm thinking, from my opponent's standpoint, it sets a bad precedent. They're saying that, okay, anytime they want something, if we don't do it, they're gonna riot.
Right. Which I get.
So,
like I said, I understand.
We gotta
the
show them that we don't give a fuck about your riot.
It's
So,
it's a fucked up situation, bro. Really,
It is.
I mean,
It's been a fucked up.
it down
It's
to
been a
what it
fucked
is.
up situation.
Right, but I don't know how it. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just it's gonna be a fucked up situation. I don't think anything's ever gonna resolve it.
I feel like the only solution is to focus your outrage.
Yeah.
You have to show that if you do X, we'll do Y.
Yeah.
We're not going to set our neighborhood on fire because you did something fucked up. But we will set your neighborhood on fire because you did something fucked
Right.
up. And anybody who wants to be bold enough and stand out front and protect this piece of shit, you can go down with him.
Right. I agree. I do have to go a little bit left because
agree.
something bothered me the other day.
What's
and
that?
It was somebody that I was real close. He posted. So I'm not saying blame slavery on white folks today. I'm not saying that. But you motherfuckers that keep saying, get over it. Why you keep bringing up slavery? Stop talking about it. It happened 400 years ago. 9/11 happens. Never forget.
Jewish Holocaust, never forget.
Never forget.
Well, they don't say that, but they don't.
But nobody ever is like, oh, fuck the Holocaust.
Hey,
Stop talking about the Holocaust.
There are a few people
I
who
mean,
say
there's
that,
skinheads
but
and
yeah,
Nazis,
yeah.
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Look, it was a tragedy. One of the greatest tragedies next to the Indians, the Holocaust. So stop telling us to fucking forget it. No,
Dude, the
we're not gonna
Holocaust was
forget
what, 5 years?
it. Yeah.
Chattel slavery was
right.
centuries.
Right.
And
Exactly.
the laws enacted and all the hatred and that, dude, that
That
still affects us
followed
today,
today.
obviously.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So stop.
But those
saying
those are exactly the same type of people I'm talking about on my thing that show up and say that shit.
Yeah, I know.
And then I just look at them like, dude, I wish I could just show your genealogy, and then you wouldn't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Because if people knew that your family was Middle Eastern, and you on here talking this shit,
right?
Like you don't understand what people are, how people feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're being disingenuous, dog, and you.
That's the same with my man from Cuba.
You want to kiss the ring of power, dog. That's all they want to do. They want to kiss the ring of power, dog. That's all.
Like, come on, bro.
Because they knew if anybody knew the truth about them, they'd be out here with us. So, fuck you. Just so you know. And these people know who they are. If they ever see this, hey, you know who you are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'll say it to your face. But I mean, I just choose to let you stay in your ignorance because it's not my job to teach you.
Nope.
You gotta educate yourself. I've said it before on the show. We've said it before on the show. You gotta educate yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get masses balls out of your face and see the shit for what it really is, man.
Right.
So
that's crazy.
You know what I
This
mean?
nigga said put down the dick.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. But it's just look, 2020 has been, because we've had riots, we've had
She was only half over.
we've had riots before.
Jesus.
We've had, this year is like just, I've never seen protests like this all across America. Like when the LA riots happened,
that was concentrated in LA, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When the St. Louis riots happened, maybe St. Louis, maybe Atlanta, a little bit.
I don't remember St. Louis riots.
When
Ferguson.
Oh, Ferguson. Oh, yeah. Ferguson, yeah.
St. Louis,
yeah. Yeah, same thing.
But this shit, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of people in Seattle.
Shit, 2020, a wild boy.
Seattle was out there. I mean, this is a wild motherfucker.
Seattle,
2020.
LA, San Diego, Minneapolis.
Auburn, Indiana, bruh.
All over.
Columbia City.
People done, man.
It's...
People done.
Because
they done, dog.
And people, I like that people are coming together because they're realizing this is not just a black problem.
It's not.
When you've got white lesbians getting the shit kicked out of them, you've got little Hispanic children getting fucked up. You've got every race is being affected by this, and you realize, oh shit, if I don't say something now, they gonna fuck y'all,
and then come.
But they gonna come after my brown ass or my yellow ass or my whatever.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's not altruism. They just know they next.
It's like. See, but sometimes I don't think it because it's like crack. They put that shit in the black community. It's like, oh, this shit's gonna stay in the black community.
Nope.
Then this shit started. They're like, wait a minute.
You motherfuckers got a hold of meth and everything.
This is coming into our neighborhood.
Yeah,
we got to do something. Fucking dare to keep these kids off drugs. We got to do something about this.
Oh, the war on drugs wasn't the war on drugs until it started affecting the middle class.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
When it was fucking with the poor and disenfranchised, nobody gave two shits.
Yeah,
but when it started fucking with little Jimmy out in the Colorado Valley, started overdose.
That's why we have an opioid crisis right now.
Because if fentanyl was just killing people of color, they wouldn't even have brought this shit up.
Nah.
They never would have brought that shit up.
It just goes to show, man, when this shit starts to happen and motherfuckers get to speaking up, like, oh.
Yeah, man, they know they next. Like, well, if they beat up all the Negroes, and
right.
who's gonna win the minority Olympics? Who's gonna be next to get clubs bounced off their craniums?
NBA ain't even gonna be fun no more. NFL's gonna be boring.
Right.
This was a serious show, but I think.
Well, I mean, I feel
it was
like
a serious topic that needed to be addressed.
It is, but I want to address what you just said about how the NBA and the NFL wouldn't be no fun no more. They could have been walked away from that shit and started their own league. Shit, Ice Cube did it.
Right.
Yeah, but dude, we can take it a step further. These HBCUs, like where I graduated from, should have the best football and basketball programs in the nation. You're a black athlete. People are coming to see you dunk that ball or run for 150 yards.
Yeah, but we both know
if you
they
take
don't
your
get
ass to
the
a
best.
HBCU and stop going to these Big Ten schools,
They
the
could,
Pac-12,
but they won't.
and go to these HBCUs, man, you could bring all that money back.
You know what's sad is
Ricky
like
Smiley
even
said
that
the exact
school
same
doesn't
thing.
have an engineering program.
Who?
Your alma mater.
It doesn't have an engineering program?
No,
Oh.
that's why.
Maybe.
Because they can, and I'm not saying just engineering, but I'm saying those schools are not going to get the best athletes.
If
They're going to get good ones, but they're not going to get. They're not going to get McDonald's All-Americans and shit.
But-
you know what I'm saying? Maybe one,
But
maybe because his daddy went
Here
there.
where I'm coming from, though. If they did start to get that influx of these highly sought
I agree
after
with
high
you
school
on that,
players,
but that's,
then they
you know.
could have that
Yeah,
engineering program.
I definitely agree with you. But people are short-sighted. They're not going to think that far ahead, and most people are going to have a real hard time being that sacrificial generation to make things better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I'd like to thank anybody who watches this.
Yep.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Future sponsor,
You know,
thank you.
future sponsors, thank you. The quest for 10,000 will continue on as we periodically do giveaways when we hit certain milestones. I think the next milestone is 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1,000 gets you the hippie unicorn. If you want to show your shirt, it gets you a hippie unicorn gift basket full of bombs, lubes, and bad bitch foot creams and shit.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff,
that
man. She
hippie
makes good
shit.
products. I use her
does.
stuff,
Yeah.
so good stuff
we
there.
all do.
And as the quest for 10,000 continues, we will be giving away that PlayStation 5. I hope we don't get 10,000 because I want to keep that PlayStation.
I mean, we can have to. It's gonna be like divorce because we're gonna have to
Well, I'm gonna go buy it, so I'm keeping that shit. What are you talking about, sir?
Them motherfuckers is dope, bro.
Yeah, it looked pretty
Facts.
cool. Plus, I saw they showed some games on there that look like the Resident Evil 8. That looks cold.
Yeah.
That's it.
I saw it yesterday.
I've never been a fan of that shit.
Resident Evil.
I don't like shit jumping out of me.
That's my shit.
You-
That was
I just mean it looks good. I don't
I
like
love
scary
it.
shit
I don't
either.
like
my
scary
dad
shit.
used to play that shit when I was a kid, bro.
See, it's nostalgia for you.
Yeah.
See,
But-
I don't
but-
like scary shit. Like,
But
I've
you might
never-
like Gran Turismo though.
Okay, yeah, I
The
can get
new
it.
Gran Turismo, they showed that on there.
See, like I've never been a fan of haunted houses either.
Oh, I hate haunted
I don't
houses.
fuck with those.
I feel like
at
if
all.
you want to scare me, tell me you missed your period.
Yeah.
I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
Don't. I don't
I'ma
want shit
pay to be
jumping.
scared. That
I'ma pay you
doesn't
to
make
scare
any
me.
sense
I
to
don't
me.
do haunted houses.
That don't make sense to me.
At
So, but yeah,
I'm
Gran
s-
Turismo, Madden, I'll check that shit out.
I got enough
Call
shit
of
in the world
Duty,
that
I'll check
scares
that
me.
out. But anyway,
Yeah.
continue to
Say
wrap
there's a
up.
black mamba in this motherfucker. Like, I'm scared. It ain't
I
gotta be
know.
true. You have a black mamba in your house. Oh shit. That's horror. Of
Sounds
which
like
I
don't
never
fuck
want
with
to.
spiders. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Again, this was a serious
Anyway,
show. I thought it was a
We
great
went
show.
serious
Yeah.
today, and I think what we said needed to be said. There's varying opinions, but I think at the end of the day, our opinions are pretty valid to finding solutions to these problems that we have. You know, it just we don't want to see this shit. We don't want to see it. I know I don't want to see a complete and utter dismantling of the police force. We just want you to
No.
do your fucking job
Without
Right.
without
Without
killing
us.
people. And if you can't do that, then don't be a cop. Don't. But that's it, man. Is any other business? Any old business? Any new business? Before we check out of here today.
I'm very pleased about what we have in the works. We have something that we are working on that I'm very excited about. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it all comes to fruition. I'm super excited about this. Something we've been waiting for and putting together for a long time. We can't say anything now because we don't sell shit for free.
Yep.
So
Well, and
hopefully,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, hopefully, in the next week, maybe we'll know something definite,
Yeah.
and we can make our announcement then.
And if I'm grumpy, the next show, I'm starting my diet on Monday. So just putting that out there.
Right on.
Smoke meth, nigga.
Smoke meth.
I don't know. I'm ready to go.
But, well, until the next time, people, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you on the next go around. And that is peace.
Deuces.
Deuce.
Let me know when we clear.